Alright, this is going to be a highlight of the top 5 vampires. And if you feel like a vampire has been missed, then please leave a comment down below of a vampire of your choosing.
Now, we're going to move on to our top 5. So, here goes our main vampire. No one can beat up Ranger Sangre. That's our main vampire. Our top 5 is vampires. I'll go first, okay, Ranger Swamp?
Got it.
All right. Honorable mention, we always start first just because we wanted to put it on our list. Mine is going to be Twilight, but not for the reasons you think.
Oh, no.
As you can see, fuck Twilight. Dishonorable mention for Twilight. Yeah.
Alright, so for my honorable mention, before I talk about this, I do want to clear one thing up.
Yeah.
At the time of making this list, I didn't know if we could do groups or it was just strictly individual vampires.
Yeah.
So the reason why this is an honorable mention is because I felt like I wanted to at least talk about this show without, but I didn't want to make it to where I ranked this vampire high because it felt like these characters were a package deal. And this, so for my honorable mention comes from the show What We Do in the Shadows. Great show, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's the character Nandor.
Okay, cool. All right. My number 5 is going to fuck you guys up. You guys are going to like, who in the shit? That's too spooky. Get away. I'm too scared. Is Bunnicula.
Oh, I think I've read this.
Bunnicula. You guys can't fuck with this monstrous bunny who mercilessly sucks the juice out of vegetables. That's right. I read this book over 30 years ago. I don't remember much of it, but this fucking book cover fucked me up because I'm like, this motherfucker's coming for me. I have an overactive imagination, and I was scared of this little fucking creature. But as I grew up, I later learned that it was just not that serious.
My number 5 is going to be Dracula from Castlevania.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I think of all villains I've seen for like, because he's technically a video game villain. Yeah. I think this is probably one of the only villains where I actually kind of understood where he came from. Like, obviously we all like Sephiroth, but you would never want to be in the same room as Sephiroth because he would probably murder you and not care.
Yeah.
Dracula actually had good motivations for what he did. And, you know, when I watch the show that adapts the Castlevania games, they explain very well, like, here's why he goes on a massacre. And it's very simple. He had a wife.
All right. I'm going on to my number 4, okay, Ranger Swamp?
Got it.
My number 4, again, you guys aren't even going to know. You thought Bunnicula was scary? That bunny Dracula? Check this out. Not only is he a lord, probably because you can only be a lord or have a title if you own land. Not only does he own land, which is very rare these days, especially for you young folks, but he can count. Talking about none other than the terrifying, spooky, scary Count Van Count. Ha ha ha. You can't fuck with this dude.
Well, oh, never mind. That's gonna be it for number 3. My bad. So for my number 4, is going to be a interesting character because I'm not sure many people really know this character.
Yeah.
This is going to be the vampire hunter known simply as D.
D.
And Vampire Hunter D is, well, he exactly what the name implies. He's a vampire hunter who is quite old, actually. He's lived for a very long time, and is said to possibly be one of the original vampires.
Anyways, my next pick. He's not a Muppet. He's not a furry little creature. Well, I know it takes one to know him, but that's not the point. You ready to get scared, Ranger Swamp?
Yes.
Grandpa Munster. From the Munsters.
Alright, so for my number 3, we have someone who I do not think we really see much of for many years, but he's gonna get his own movie soon, so let's go. About time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's had movies before. This is, of course, Blade.
Yeah.
The legendary half-blooded vampire from Marvel. And it was explained that he gets all their powers and none of their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Meaning that Blade, at any point of his life, could just live as a normal human and have no problems. And I chose Blade to be in part of the top 3 because, I'll being honest, Blade's just a cool dude in general.
Yeah.
He just does his job, doesn't really mess with anybody, and overall, his biggest issue is finding a place to belong. Blade is very powerful, super strength, enhanced vision, all the abilities you get from a vampire, and none of the weaknesses. No stake to the hearts, none of those issues.
Yeah.
And best part is, Blade has blood substitutes, so he doesn't need to worry about draining any humans.
Yeah.
He lives a perfectly natural life that doesn't involve hurting anybody.
Yeah.
Overall, that's about it. That's about it.
Okay. Well, I want to say this. All right. So, everyone in the fucking world, well, maybe not everyone, but most people in the world give credit to Iron Man. They go, oh man, Iron Man. That's what kicked off everything. No, fuck that. I love Iron Man. I love Robert Downey Jr. Thought he did an excellent job. But Blade actually came out before those movies. Blade showed, especially the first Blade, showed when you made a superhero movie and you made it in a way that could be entertaining for adults, that it could be something special. And I give credit to Wesley Snipes and to the creation of, because there's three Blade movies. I know that there was a Blade spinoff with another Blade actor, but you know, my Blade's going to be Wesley Snipes because, like you said, he just played it smooth. Blade is a smooth motherfucker, and he's powerful. He knows how to fight. But the movies themselves, I think, sort of jump-started, like, well, this could be something. You know what I mean? And I think the Blade movies don't get enough credit, so I'm glad it's in the top 3.
Thank you. Thank you. We got number 2 for Jinx, Thirst. A book series. This series had interesting Alyssa Pern. I went and butcher that. Interesting take on a perspective of a 5,000-old vampire in modern days. Though through the series, you get to see how she progressively gets stronger to beat a past abuser and master. I just remember a scene where she became so strong, the attacker crumbled in her hands like sand.
Yeah, I think Lady Jinx, I did not read the full book series. I read the first few chapters. I think what was tough for me was that it was a bit slower pace. But she was old as fuck. Wasn't she like she only had like one rival, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? I don't recall though. But she was. I did like the fact that again, a female character, a different take on the vampire lore. But didn't I thought she was like really, literally no one can mess with her. But there was like her boyfriend or some stupid shit, lover or her creator or whoever the fuck was being a dick to her with one. Okay. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't read the full book though, but that's a good pick. I think you're just showing off on how much you fucking read or how much you read vampire books. Any other number 2s?
No.
All right. Listen, I know my picks have been super scary, Ranger Swamp. I know. Okay, we'll wait. Well, I'm going to go ahead and speak on how scary my picks have been. Have you been terrified? I don't think any of you guys are going to be able to go to sleep with all my scary picks. Manicula, the Count, and Grandpa from the Munsters. All right, who do we got, Ranger Swamp?
Alright, we have Cruel Tepes from Owari no Serif. I'm starting to notice that a lot of vampires have the last name Tepes.
Is that just a title, or is that the family name?
I think that's a family name.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Why that particular Tepes and not others, I guess would be my question. And then what's the next pick?
Shinobu Oshino from Monogatari? Wait, I looked this up. Why is the first result Death Battle? Wiki? Wait, what? Why is it the first thing I see the Death Battle Wiki?
Okay, gotcha. Hold on, let me see. Shinobu. What's his name?
Shinobu Oshino. And the first result I got was a Death Battle Wiki. I think that's the most funny... That's gotta be the funniest thing I've seen.
Ooh, wait, no, that... Again, another lolly pick. Holy shit.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's lolly as fuck. You know what? Stop throwing shit in my shit when your shit's full of shit. Because, holy... I like the pick, though. Her vampire name, though, is Kishshot Acerola Onion Heart Underblade. That's a long fucking vampire name. All right. No, that's a good pick.
He said, "Dog, I accept who I am. You don't."
I know. I'm rejecting it. I'm rejecting that status. Anyways, what's Yumika's came back with Vlad Tepes. So that's probably the most popular family then, since it's based off of Dracula. So the Tepes family is one of the stronger ones since it's based off the original Dracula. All right, cool. Thanks for those picks, you guys. Appreciate it. Now, my pick is Mavis from Hotel Transylvania. Listen.
So for my number 2, we have a character that's actually been mentioned at a very low number, I might say.
Yeah.
Alucard from Hellsing.
Yes.
And I will say, I don't really need to say much about this character. We all know why he's on this list. But I'm going to say a lot anyway.
Yes. Well, someone told me that he was number 5 or honorable mention.
Yeah,
so.
That little odd.
So we're going to head off strong with our number 1s, I think. And whenever I make a recommendation to watch a show, it's just because I really like the show. And I don't like a lot of shows. So, as Ranger Swamp mentioned, an honorable mention, there is a show called What We Do in the Shadows, and that is my pick. From Nandor to Nadja to Laszlo, these vampires, if you have not watched the television series, it's on Hulu. You got to finish off strong, Ranger Swamp.
All right. So my number 1, probably one of the newest picks here. This is mostly a personal preference, but I really did like this character and what they represented. This is going to be Nagoriyuki, the honorable vampire samurai from Guilty Gear. And the reason why I picked Nagoriyuki right here is because of a couple of things. One, I think how vampires are represented in Guilty Gear as a whole is interesting. They're not really portrayed as monsters, just older members of the society as Gears started wiping out vampires. So being a vampire was rare. They weren't necessarily like malicious, but they do portray them as having inner demons or the need to feed.
And that's the list of the top 5 vampires. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, there'll be more in the link description below at twitch.tv/RangerSwamp. And that's about it. See you all next time.